Did you like that? I thought I would treat you with a little bit of an anticlimax to start with. Anyway, hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here, and for the first time ever, I'm coming at you 100% live. Which is a little bit terrifying, I've got to admit. I am a little bit scared right now because obviously I haven't got the luxury of editing, so if anything goes wrong, if I say something wrong, or even worse if something derails, I'm going to have to fix it live or kind of live with it. So yeah, I do apologise for any technical hiccups which are bound to happen today, but if they don't, well, hopefully we'll all enjoy it. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing any swearing or anything like that, so you know, it is going to be safe for all you kids out there. Anyway, blimey, it's been a really long time coming, this has. Obviously, I only scheduled this stream, when was it? It was about a week ago, perhaps on Monday. I announced that I'll be doing a live stream, so you guys have only known about this for a week or so, but for me this has been something that's been going on for weeks, probably months actually. So the first major problem was the broadband, our internet. Our internet has been, always has been, really bad. We've been having 1 megabit per second upload speed, if that means anything to any of you, which is okay for uploading YouTube. Well, actually it's not okay. If I want to upload YouTube videos on that speed, I have to leave a computer on overnight, and that would do 2 or 3 in a night. If I did try to upload during the day, you know, I wouldn't be able to use the internet, so it was really bad. So that was the first thing. We've got the Wi-Fi sorted, got the broadband sorted, and I've now got a decent enough connection in order to stream in high definition for you, so hopefully that should be good. The second thing is all my cameras, like the one you're looking at me through now, they're all sort of DSLRs and they're not webcams and that sort of thing, so you can't just plug them into the computer. So I've had to sort of look at capture cards and things. In fact, if I bring on this very bad shot, I've got a wave. You got this thing here which connects to the camera and inputs into the computer, so it's really quite a faff to get everything sorted. But I have got some webcams started, and there are actually cameras everywhere in this room. There are 6 cameras in total, so it's pretty crazy, I think it's fair to say, but hopefully it'll all work. So it's been a jigsaw puzzle, but hopefully today, for the first time, it's all coming together, so fingers crossed. And let me know, by the way, if you can't hear me, Hugo is saying, notice me, notice me. If you can't hear me at any point, if something goes wrong, just let me know in the chat. Obviously, I can't look at the chat all of the time, but I'm going to try and look occasionally, and there are going to be moments in the stream where I'm going to look. Alright, I've got a little prompter here, by the way, just because I've got a terrible memory and I'll just start gibbering absolute talkish. What a terrible joke. So I've got this, so if I'm looking down here at some point, that's why, just so that I can figure out what I'm going to talk about. So, why on earth did I want to stream? So the thing is, you know, I create quite a lot of videos, 3 a week, and those videos can take sometimes a day to make, sometimes they take a lot longer, a week sometimes. And so, you know, I like to film quite a way in advance, and in fact I'm filming a lot of the Christmas videos right now, and if I show you this, you can see some of the buildings have even got snow on their roofs, and I've taken a lot of the snow away so it isn't too Christmassy, because that's a little bit sad, isn't it, right now? But yeah, I've been filming some of the Christmas videos, and that's great. You know, I film in advance, so if something does take super long to film, super long to make, I haven't got to sort of panic and faff to get it uploaded and get it online. And that's great for me. That makes my life a lot less stressful. But what it also means is that I'm talking to you in videos 3 or 4 weeks in the future, and I'm not really very live, and that is a little bit of a disconnect between me and you guys. Obviously I'm in the comments and on Twitter, and I try to get back to everybody, but still it's quite difficult to talk to you from 3 weeks in the past. I mean, just thinking about it is a bit mind-blowing. So with the stream like this, I am sort of talking face to face, completely unedited, completely live, and it means that you guys in the comments, and there's kind of a lot of people here now, I don't know, I dread to think how many, 184. So yeah, it means I can talk to you all completely live, and it means you guys can interact. And we're going to do a little bit of that later on. Let me just get a drink. Alright. One thing I wanted to talk about is Super Chat. And Super Chat is something quite interesting. I'm not too sure how it's going to work. I literally found out about it this morning. But you can see it if you look in the chat. There should be a little $ next to where you can chat. And basically what that allows you to do is it allows you to donate money to the channel, basically. It allows you to donate money to me and to support me. Now, obviously I'm not going to be asking you guys to do that, but if you do like the channel, if you do like what I do, then that is something that you can choose to do if you'd like to, and that will really help me out. So I thought I'd better explain a little bit more about that. So I get asked quite a lot what I actually do as a job? What do I do for a living, and how on earth have I got so much time to spend up here in the loft playing with trains? Well, the truth is that these days actually YouTube is my job. That is what I do to support myself. I don't do just YouTube, of course. I do a couple of other things. I've got my loco servicing and maintenance service, which I do, and that is booming, by the way. So thank you all if any of you guys are supporting me with that. That's fantastic. And I also used to fix computers and things as well, but I've not really done much of that recently because I've found something I like a lot more. But that does mean that YouTube and businesses, my two little businesses, are the only thing that support me, so, you know, I've got to kind of look after those. So what you can do with Super Chat is you can donate money to support the channel, and obviously if you enjoy the channel and you like my videos, that's something you can do to support me. But it's not going to be just a one-way thing. It's not just going to be you giving to me, because if you do take part in the Super Chat, I'm also going to be giving something back to you. So if you donate £2 or more, I'm going to be giving you a massive shout out, of course. Although if you donate £5 or more, I'm going to let you choose a loco and some coaches, or whatever you want, really. I'm going to let you have your very own request, which is going to run live, you know, to the world, so all these people can see it. So it's not just like Patreon. I mean, I've heard of Patreon, and it's fine if you use Patreon or whatever, but that seems a little bit sort of, I don't want to say nasty, but it seems a little bit cheeky just taking money to carry on doing what you're doing. At least this way, I'm giving you something a little bit in return, even if it's something small. So if you have got some, you know, if you would like to support me, then that is the way you can do it. And obviously, if you're underage, you want to get permission from your parents, and you're going to want them to do it. But yeah, that's something you want to do. So anytime you're ready to, just let me know, and you can get your request shown. Let me know what you'd like to see, obviously, in the little message, and that will be fantastic. Okay, nearly done with the talking, but I'm just going to explain a little bit more. So these live streams, okay, this is obviously Friday night at 5 o'clock, and I'm going to be doing this every week. Not every week forever, but I'm going to be doing 7 shows, so that takes us right up to Christmas. And then when it gets to Christmas, I won't be doing them over that period, because I want to be with my family and friends, and I guess you guys will as well. So I'm going to be doing 7 shows. They're all going to be a little bit different. But they're all going to be at the same time on Fridays. So if you want to come along and check those out, that should be fantastic. And I'll be here every week from then, so that should be fun. I'm going to be doing different things. Hopefully there will be a different theme to these little streams every week. Today there's not going to be a real theme, it's just sort of getting started. But hopefully on other weeks we will be doing a theme. I'm also going to try a live review, which is a little bit scary as well, because to review a loco normally takes me, you know, it takes me all morning to film and then all afternoon to edit it, whereas here I'll have to do it in, well, 40 minutes or so it isn't too boring. So that's going to be difficult, but it's something I'm going to try to do. I'm also going to be doing running sessions, of course, which will be fun. I'm going to do a running session one day. I haven't planned when yet, but I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to be taking your requests, of course, which I've already talked about. And also the other thing that is really, really good about this, and it's not something I like doing, but it's Q&As. Yeah, I don't really like Q&As, not because I don't want to answer questions and that sort of thing, because it's not that. It's just, it's a little bit of a self-important thing to do, I suppose. It's a bit like tapping yourself on the back. So I've really not done a lot of that, but I understand that live streaming is the perfect way to, you know, it's perfect for live streaming, basically. So I am going to have a little session later on to do some Q&A. So if you've got any questions you'd like to ask, it doesn't matter how silly they are, they can be about anything you like. Hold those for a little bit later, and when we get to the Q&A section, you guys can ask them, and I'll probably embarrass myself answering them, so that should be interesting. Okay, so will we be running trains in these sessions? Well, I guess I've answered it, but yes, we're going to be, well, I'm going to try anyway. Obviously, it's a bit dodgy to do shunting and complicated things, but I'm going to try. So if we get derailments, you're going to see them, and I'm just going to try and get you a shot. So I've chosen a few engines. You can see them there. We've got, well, they're 440s. Not 440s, are they? There we go, first mistake. They're 460s, of course, and I've not run any 460s for a while, so I thought that would be quite nice, and I'm going to get those running in a little while for you. But it should be fun to see them going around the room, and I'm going to try my best to sort of film them from sitting in this chair. And I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, but I did sort of rehearse this last Friday, so it should be interesting. Okay, let's talk about something more interesting then. Let's talk about the giveaway, and I've got some bits here. Obviously, you know I'm doing a giveaway. I put the video out on Monday, and it's been absolutely mad. It's basically not left me with any time for anything, so I've not done any filming this week. I've had over, I think, 1,200 entries, had to sort of manually enter them all in, but this is what it was for anyway. It's Spencer, of course, and also some Hornby wagons, which are fantastic. And if you'd like to win those, go and check out the giveaway afterwards. You can still enter for that all the way up to the end of November. It's closing on the 1st of December, so you've still got plenty of time yet, so don't swamp me again, please. But yeah, that was certainly an interesting experience to have to... I've never, I don't think, typed 1,000 comments in a day before, so thank you all for your support on that. I really wasn't expecting that, but it was pretty crazy. All right, let's have a little bit of a Q&A then. Let's try that. So I'm going to be looking at the chat, so if you've got any questions at all, feel free to unleash them, and I'll see how it is. Now, there's a little bit of a delay. I'm looking at myself on the iPad now, and right now I'm just talking about the giveaway. So that's coming in just a second, so I'm wasting a little bit of time. You see what I'm doing there. So any questions at all, I'll try to answer them. So let's see what you guys come up with. I've also got some frequently asked questions. Okay, Liam's Layout is asking, how do you enter the giveaway? The best thing to do is just check back on my channel. It was only a couple of videos away. You can look at that, and basically everything you need to know is in the video or in the description. If you read that carefully and listen to the video, you should figure it out. So that was Liam. Yeah, I saw that. No layout is complete without a derailment, says FlipFlop789. That's true, but it's a little bit awkward. I've seen someone saying the audio is out of sync, so if it is, I'll try and look at that. How badly out of sync is it? All right, what is your favourite LBSCR engine? I think it would be these days the E4. I love the E4. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to turn the volume up on my iPad so I can listen to the sync, see how bad it is. Okay, yeah, it is a touch out of sync. Basically, it's not that bad, is it, I hope? The thing is, this capture card has a bit of delay in it, but the webcams that I'm using don't. So I've tried to sort of synchronise the sound in between those, which is the reason. Okay, Ollie Maddock, I don't know if I said it right. Will you do a train race? Now, the thing is, I don't really like racing my engines at sort of full speed because it's really not good for them to race around at full speed. But because I get asked for races all the time, I will look into doing that at some point. So that should be fun. Has a train exploded? Says Harry's Lego. No, I've never had a train explode, though. I did have one burst into flames. It was a Hornby Class 58. This was way before I knew how to service engines and that sort of thing, so I didn't know what I was doing with it. And basically, it must have gotten hot, and it was just a lot of smoke. It happened literally down there in front of where the wind turbine is now. There was loads and loads of smoke, and I got over there and I saw a little bit of a red glow coming from it. So nasty, and I don't have it anymore, so I can't show you. Have you ever tried to count your locomotive collection? Well, that's a bit of a vain thing to do, but yes, I have tried to count before. I don't know how many it is right now because I haven't counted in ages, but it's about 300, so that's mad, isn't it? It's ridiculous, but it's my only vice. Let's not say that, but... will you ever be going to Gloucestershire, Warwickshire Railway? And which town do you live in? So I'm from the East Midlands, and I don't know. I think I've been to Gloucestershire before. I quite like Gloucester. Been there to stay a bit. I haven't got any plans to go there right now, but yeah, possibly. I guess so. How many American locos do you have? Says Slightly Obsessed with Trains. Not many, really. Let's see. 3, I think, maybe 4 if you count some of the 040s. I would like to get some more, but they're not that easy to get over here in the UK. And if people aren't going to be too cross with me, I do quite like the British ones more. So that's not to say I don't like the American designs, because that Berkshire is absolutely fantastic. I love that Berkshire. So, you know, if anyone's got any ideas, I get them all the time, by the way. But if anyone's got any ideas on what I should review, American-wise, that would be very, very cool, and I will definitely look into getting some of those. David's Trains, can you show us the Wall of Fame? Well, you can see it a little bit here. I haven't got any cameras trained on it right now, and these live streams make it a bit difficult to be messing around with cameras. But yes, I will try and show that in a video at some point. What is your favourite GWR engine, William Town? Blimey. Well, I think in terms of model form, it would probably be the King class, as you probably know. It's a beautiful 460. Oh, and there's one. Hang on. No, not that one. There. There's one right there on the screen. That blue one. That isn't my favourite model. The one that's my favourite is the green one, but I like that one. I think my favourite GWR model overall then might be the Dean Goods now. I don't particularly like the Oxford Rail model, although it's nice, don't get me wrong. But I think that would be my favourite one in real life, though I haven't had time to think about that, so maybe that's not true. Hitman Delta Games, how was your day? I'm going to donate, so don't end, please. Thank you very much, that's very kind of you. Let's see here. Harry's Lego, what's your favourite YouTuber? Quite interestingly, it's probably the Angry Grandpa show, and he's not very well at the moment, so don't check him out if you're a kid, but I think that's probably my favourite. Let's have a look at Mark Corner. What is the recommended donated? Wham! I need to run a server. That is absolutely up to you, whatever you want. But I'm saying that £5 is the minimum to get your loco run in a request. So you don't have to donate. Please don't feel that you have to. But if you choose to, that would be very, very kind. Okay, let's have one more, shall I? Well, let's do a couple more because it's only 1:15. Let's see. The LMS Ginty says, what's your favourite engine? And that's an easy question, and I've talked about this before. It's got to be the West Country class / Battle of Britain. I think those are just fantastic. They're quite modern, and when I normally say that to people, they say, oh, that's modern, isn't it? But it's not that modern, is it? I suppose it is a bit, compared to the Dean Goods and that sort of thing. What is your worst loco? Well, do you mean apart from, sorry, who said that? GMX_gamer. Well, apart from the one that blew up, that Class 58 was pretty bad. Worst loco. Well, the one that ran the worst. Ooh, that's difficult. Well, I always remember that original Dean Goods I have, but I don't have that anymore. But that one ran like a, what's the phrase? A three-legged cow or something. That one really didn't run too good. But I like the engine. I always say probably the Lima J50 isn't very good. Well, it's not to say it's not very good. It runs well, but I just think there's a few naff things about it. You know, the middle wheels, it's an 060 and the middle two wheels aren't even connected to the rods, they're just loose wheels. So I don't like that one particularly, but I don't normally buy a model if I'm going to hate it. So, okay. Mark Corner says, hashtag Merchant Navies are best. Yeah, of course they are. Merchant Navies as well, by the way. They're Bullet Pacifics too, I like those. Let's see. What's your favourite LNER A4 President Grant? People like asking what your favourites are. I think my favourite would be Golden Eagle in the BR Blue. I think that one's fantastic. I really do like that. One you made yourself, Jamie Crafter, I'm sorry. I did once make an engine, and it's not really right to call it an engine, but if you remember back to April, I made an April Fool's video and it had a motorised tender. Well, I made the mechanism for that, but that is the closest thing I've ever had to actually making a loco. Terrier Dude wants a shout out, so there you go. AG, do you get seasick? I don't know. I've always taken seasickness tablets, so I don't know. Possibly. I've never... That's quite funny. Let's see here. Favourite Thomas character? Oh, I might have to do a bit of a spoiler here then, because I think my favourite now, and I don't know if this is the favourite character, but it's probably the favourite model. The favourite now is Toby, and I know I've not showed my Toby yet, but I do have one and I have reviewed it, and the review is going out sometime in December. But I think it was just the face on that model was absolutely fantastic, and so I think it's probably Toby. Other than that, I'd say it's probably Gordon, something like that. I like Gordon because he's pompous. We all like pompous. Right, what's your favourite heritage railway? Says N21744. I always liked, well, there's so many good ones. The Nene Valley was good that I went to. The Great Central is fantastic, and if you want a good selection of different engines, go to the Great Central because that's fantastic. But I think my favourite was probably the SDR, the South Devon Railway, and I've not been to many, so I can't say. I think I would like the Bluebell, by the way, but the South Devon Railway was probably my favourite because I went there on holiday when we were in Torquay, and it's just a happy time in the summer, so I think that was my favourite just because it was a nice time with the family and everything like that. So thanks for all those questions, that was awesome, and I wasn't, you know, I was kind of half expecting just to get 12 viewers or something like that, and it would just be a lot more personal, but this chat is going crazy, and I've got the slow mode on, I think it's called, where you can just set it to 20 seconds gap per person. So considering that, I mean, this is just going crazy. And N21744 volunteers at the GCR, and I'm in contact with a few people that do that, so that's pretty cool, I think. Okay, right, let's have a little bit of a running session then. I'm laughing because it's all going to go, what's the phrase that I can say? Bottoms up, shall we say. But anyway, let's go to the church cam, I'm going to call this one. So we've got the King class, which I've already talked about. I'm going to take my water bottle with me. Ooh. The good thing is, though, I've got this mic, which has a very, very long wire on it, so I can basically go anywhere in the room and not pull it out of the computer. So we've got the King class, as you can see, that's the blue one. The camera quality is, well, the quality's alright, but you can't really make out the locos because I haven't got time to do a close-up. So the blue one's the King. The one in the middle, that Eleanor green one, is of course the B12, and the one on the inside line, the one closest to, well, is it closest? Yeah, it's closest, is the standard 5, and that's not one I've ever shown before on the channel. I bought it at a train fair in, it was October, and it's in the BR green, and the one I had before was black. Nothing wrong with the black one, but I just thought, you know, that BR green is so nice, and I think it only cost me 40 quid. So you can't, it wasn't something I could help, I just sort of had to. Okay, the King class. And if you derail King class, you're going to get my hammer. Oh, I didn't say that. Alright, the B12, and I'm hoping, by the way, because there are a lot of wires today, I'm hoping that none of the wires are going to derail the locos. I reckon if there's going to be a derailment, it'll be because of that. Okay, we'll have 5 minutes with these running then, which should be fun, I'm sure. Let's have a look. Let's wait. Who's gonna turn up first? Oh, it's the B12. Shall we follow the B12 for a little bit? I think she's the one that stands out. Oh yes. I'm sorry about that watermark on this camera, by the way. Can't do a lot to help that. I've forgotten something actually. I'm supposed to have the fairy lights on behind the bookcase because I never show what it looks like behind the bookcase. So I'm going to today. Oh, look at that King class. That King class is not the modern Hornby one with the TTS sound. It's quite an old one. It is loco driven, but it sort of runs okay. It's a little bit of one of those dodgy motors. I always have to wave on this shot. It's got a bit of a dodgy motor, so it smokes and fizzes a little bit when it starts, but as you can tell now, it's running absolutely faultlessly. So that's what it looks like behind the bookcase, and here's the computer which is doing all the gubbins. I'm really lucky to have such a good computer up here. It's not my main computer, but it used to be, so it's got enough balls, shall we say, if I can say that, to really put on a good show. So hopefully it's not going to let me down. Hasn't done yet. Right, let's do a little bit of following of that standard 5, shall we? There it goes. Oh, I'm supposed to wave again. There we go. Let's go back to the bridge cam. You won't get a lot of her on this shot because she's just going to be sliding down underneath. But we could try. Oh, there she goes. It's a bit of a laggy camera. Is that camera looking laggy to you? It's looking a bit laggy to me. Oh, you're not going to see it at all in that one. Oh well, never mind. Right, let's go back to the front. You might just see it. There it comes. So that's awesome. I'm just going to leave the camera there, and I'm just going to have a little check on the chat. How do I do that? You know, I'm not too sure. Just amuse yourselves for just 1 second. How do I get to talk to you on live chat? Says David Piper82. It should be there on the right of the video. If you're on an iPad, like I am, there's a little button on the bottom right, I think it is, which lets you sort of, I think it says display chat or something like that. So that's pretty awesome. Right, we've not had any super chats just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a couple of freebies. So if there's anything you'd like to see run, I'm gonna let you do it just this once. So how's this going to work? I think it's just going to be, I'm not going to necessarily take the first one, but if anyone's got a particularly good idea, then I'll take it and we'll run with it. But basically, I'm going to go for a break. We'll keep these running for the time being, but then I'll go for a 5-minute break, or it might be a little bit longer, while I put the next set on, and then we'll go from there. So let me know what you'd like to see, and then I'm going to have to really run for it. And what I could use really is a pen. Let's go back to the church cam while I go and get myself a pen, if I can find one, because as I said, I've got a very bad memory, so I'm not going to be able to remember what people have asked for. Oh, look at that B12. She is fantastic. Where shall we go? Shall we go down to the front? See if we get another view. Okay, Steamline wants to see the C-Class. Good idea. I like that one. That pleases me. Let's see. Okay, Proix Iron wants to see the Class 71. So we'll do that. We'll do the Class 71. Let's see. There we go. There's the king. Someone wants to see Bullman. Now the thing with Bullman is he only comes out when you ask him to. No, sorry, he doesn't come out when you ask him to. So you really just have to get lucky with Bullman. So let's see who else is asking. I think we've got a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but one or two asking for the 7F. So I'll do my best with that. Okay, so I've got those down. So we're going to be running the C class, the Class 71, and the 7F. A lot of people have been asking for the 7F. Intercity 125 has. Mark Horner has asked for it for what's his face? S&DJR 7F88. That's it. David Smith has sent me £1, so you are very, very kind. Thank you very much for sending that. That's very, very good of you. And yeah, I think that was looking good to me. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a little bit of something I don't normally do, just so that I don't go to the break too soon and the break end up taking far too long. So let's stop the engines. I'm just making sure my wires come in with me. So normally when I film a video, I will edit out the wait for the engines to get to the front here. But of course I can't do that today, so we're just waiting. But it looks like the King class is coming in first. Here she is. And normally they all arrive at the same time, which is annoying, but that's how it normally goes. And yep, the other two are arriving at the same time, as expected. There's the B12. And of course the standard class 5. Very nice. Okay, let me take these off then, and I'm going to stick these back onto their different shelves. Now what I might do is keep some of this rolling stock on, and I know it's not going to be exactly prototypical, if you like, but the thing is, the more coaches I've got to change over, and the more things I've got to take off and put away, well, I wouldn't put them away, but the more things I've got to swap, the more the longer it's going to take, really, to get back to you. So I'm going to probably leave, what do you reckon? Shall I leave the Pullman coaches on? No, I'll probably leave these BR coaches on, and then, I don't know, perhaps the Class 71 can pull those. Have I derailed the coach? No. So this Class 5, by the way, I put a little screw in to the tender coupling, interestingly, so that the two don't come uncoupled. Because I found that so annoying that it's really difficult to couple the tender to this Class 5. And every time you touch it, more or less, it comes off. So I just thought, you know what? I bought a big box of watch screws. I can't believe this. I'm talking about a box of watch screws on live stream. But I bought a big box of watch screws, and they are perfect for models and sort of that kind of thing. So, yep, I bought a load of those, and I screwed one in, and it's been absolutely perfect ever since. Okay, I think that's just about all I can do on camera, so I'm going to go to a little break. And by the way, that cheesy music I was playing at the start, get used to it, because you're going to hear it quite a lot. I know it's annoying, and it's annoyed me, and I've probably not listened to it for as long as you have. But and if you don't know what I'm on about, you're going to find out in a second. So I'm literally now just putting the L&ER coaches away. And what I'm going to do now is trip over the microphone cable. That's the first thing. David Smith has asked for the Bachmann City class. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's asked to look at the Bachmann City class smoke box door. Oh, bless him. Thank you, David. That's very kind of you. So, David, let me know what you'd like me to run. It might be next time, it might be this time. But David, if you can, let me know. Let me know what I don't know if he was asking to see the City class. If you were asking to see the City class, let me know and we'll do that later on. But for now, we're going to go for a little tiny break, just a little break while I put the requests on. And hopefully it won't be longer than 5 minutes. But if it is, I'm not dead. I am coming back. Let me just double check this. I don't know what I'm double checking. What did I say I was going to do? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, I was going to see if David left a request. So thank you once again for that, David. You're the first person to do that. Have you had a look at the Bachmann, City Class Smokebox door? Basically what that was all about, and Risky Vids has sent me £2. Thank you very much, you are very, very kind. Basically the thing with that is the Bachmann City Class supposedly has an opening smokebox door, and that's not something I realised, so it's not something I've ever tried because I don't like piggling at models, but if that's a thing, I will try and do that. So I might grab the City Class and we'll look at that together on stream. That'll be fun. We'll look at it together on stream and figure out whether it opens or not. So I've got a sore throat now because I've talked too much, and I can only apologise for the pain it must be causing you to hear me talk for 31 minutes. That's a long time. So let's go to that break. I'm going to get these engines on, and we'll see you in just a second. So let's go to a little break. You're going to like this. You're going to like this music. No, you're not. All right, back soon. All right then, I bet you like that, didn't you? That music does get annoying. So I hope you got yourself a cup of tea or a biscuit or whatever you want. If you didn't, well, maybe you still should. Who knows? You might need it. Okay, so let's have a quick look here. I've got the requests going. Sorry it took so long, and sorry the 7F there is not in shot. I better go and fix that. Right, I feel a bit silly now because I went to grab the C-Class first. And I got down to the track with it, and it was not the C-Class, it was the J15. So that's why I should have had my glasses on, isn't it? But no, I've got it now, and the 7F's there, as you can tell. And of course the 71 there with the same coaches as before. So we'll get those running in just a second, but thank you to David for sending your donation. I've grabbed, let's see, the City Class. I wasn't prepared for this, so I've not been able to set up a camera to look. But let's find out, does this thing open? Oh, it does. I should always test it, but it does open. Look at that. Can you see it? And there's a little bit of detail inside there as well. Wow. I'll have to get a close-up on that later on. Wow, that's very cool. So yeah, like I say, I did sort of know about that, but I've never had mine open before, so that is very, very interesting. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for letting me know about that one. That's very interesting. Okay, so let's get these started then, and I'm sorry to say I've forgotten who asked for these, so I didn't write it down. I didn't have time to write it down. So I think I said all your names already though, so it shouldn't be. I've got the mic on, haven't I? Yeah. So it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully we'll. I said everybody's name there. Just check in the comments there. Hey Sam, do a dance with your loco, says President Grant. I've never tried to dance with one of these before, Grant. They're a bit small, and I think it would probably, well, I don't know who it would hurt more, to be honest. Probably not me. Okay, the C-Class, and I hope this is the C-Class. If it's not, well, the resolution's probably too bad for you to know anyway, so I think I'll get away with it. Then we've got the 7F. This might be the first time it's run on the channel, so you guys have got beady eyes to know that I had one, I mean. So there she goes. Hopefully she's going to run okay, because I noticed there was a bit of dodginess with her to start with, but you know, if she struggles, we'll have to stop her. Okay, the 71. This has got to be one of my favourites. Well, it is. It was in my top 10 video, wasn't it? And she's of course got some of those chocolate, where did that come from? Blood and custard coaches. I think we could say blood and custard again, by the way. I got away with it once or twice. Okay, let's have a little go with these then. So, ooh, look at that. That's quite a nice shot of the 71. Uh-oh, I hear a derailment. And you're going to see it too. Right, it's the C-Class. That's the culprit. Let's stop it. It was the tender, I think. So I'm going to make sure she's properly coupled. Oh dear. Well, that could have been worse, couldn't it? It could have been worse, but it wasn't. I also need to, I'm just going to double check the track, just to make sure there's nothing touching the track, but I don't think there is. Right, we're going to follow that C-Class. So if anybody spots any dodginess from her at all, let me know, and I'm going to look. Right, she should be coming around this curve any minute now. There she is. I don't know what's happened to the quality on this particular camera, by the way. It was better before, wasn't it? This one's alright though. Now, I think the problem occurred around the back of the bookcase. That's where I first heard it, so let's have a little look. And I do apologise for the quality of this shot, by the way. The camera seems to have fallen down a bit. That's a bit concerning. It's better. Well, it's not that much better now. It's a little bit high. Can't hear her derailing though. No. She's past the point where she got to last time. No, I think she's okay. Phew. Well, that could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? But it wasn't, so we're okay. Right, let's have a look at the front. Oh, I just missed her. Here comes the 71 though. Behaving herself at the very least. Uh-oh, I can hear the C-Class come off again. Oh my goodness. Right, we're going to have to stop her, because that is pretty dramatic. Oh, it has... Oh no, it almost fixed itself. Not quite though. I saw it sort of re-rail itself on the points, but no, it was still dodgy. So thanks for that. That's what I'm going to have to look into and try and figure out what's going on with that. But I'm sure it won't be anything. Ooh, sorry, I thought I heard the 7F stop then. I'm all jittery for some reason. So I will have to look into that, see what the problem is. It could just be the choice of coaches with her, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll have to have a look. Fred Hawksworth says, please can I have a shout out, Sam? I believe that the locomotives I designed were the best GWR locos. Oh, okay. Didn't know that, Fred. Got to love chicken, says Joseph. Well, that's true. Right. I don't know where all the engines have gone, to be honest. Oh, here they are. I wasn't concentrating, that was my problem. Alright. That was good. Thank you for those then. And if anybody else has got requests, you know what to do. Use that super chat option and you can choose exactly what you run. But I'm going to stop these then, and I would leave them running while I talk, but I'm sorry, I'm not brave enough to. After that with the C-Class. And I don't think I've ever had a problem with the C-Class. Let's have a little look. See if there's anything noticeable. Probably not. I think it's probably just the different coaches. Yeah, everything looks in order. Can't see anything wrong with that. Never mind. I'm sure it'll be fine. It was running fine. It was only the tender. Okay, the 7F. So she's had a nice little run on the channel, and I think she's quite pleased to have had. Look at that. She is nice. I've got to review her at some point. I've not done it yet, but I will do it. Of course, I have done the 71. She's a really nice model. And yep, those two at least ran nicely. So well done to you two. That C-Class I will deal with later, but not too harshly, don't worry. Okay, so that was that. That was my little running session. I hope you enjoyed that. That was good fun. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take some more, maybe take some more questions. If you've got any questions, feel free to send them in. But really what I wanted to talk about was what we do next time. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try and do some themes for these streams. So if you've got a theme you'd like me to talk about, or just something you'd like me to do in a stream, let me know. Maybe the chat isn't the best place to do it, but I might see it, I might see it. I might go through and read the chat afterwards, I don't know. I don't know how pedantic that is, but I might do it. So let me know. SDJR7F88, he asks, yes, he wants to know the running number of the 7F. Okay, he did ask me that, to be fair, and I didn't get back to him, so I'm going to find out right now, because obviously the quality of the camera isn't good enough to tell, really, so you can't say anything about that. Let's have a quick look. We're trying to figure out whether we've got, I think the reason he's asking is we're trying to figure out whether we've got two of the same engines so that we can do that layout service again. This one, Callum, is 53808. There you go, 53808. I hope that helps. I don't know if that's the one you thought it was, but it's late BR. There you go. So we could maybe get away with it, even if it's not the same running number if we're quite clever with our shots. But we've not set that in stone yet, so maybe we'll do that. Anyway, so like I was saying, we need to decide what the theme of these other videos is going to be. Like I've said, I've got a running session maybe to do. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but we'll do a running session where they come in and out of sidings and things, and that should be interesting. But apart from that, I haven't really decided. I'm going to do a review, but if there's something you desperately want to see me or hear me talk about, like issues, I don't know, do you want me to talk about? I don't know. Well, that's why I'm asking. I don't know. But anything you'd like me to talk about, that would be cool. Right. What I want to do then was just talk a little bit about some of the upcoming videos, and I'm so excited about some of them, and I'm really sorry I can't tell you what they are yet, but I know some of you are going to burst when you find out what they are. I've basically done them. I've done the special videos. I've got the Christmas video coming out, as you can probably tell, and as I said earlier, you can see we've got some of the snow on the roofs of the buildings and such. So you kind of know that the Christmas videos are coming. But yeah, apart from that, I have filmed the Christmas special, but that isn't the one I'm really excited about. The Christmas special has come out okay, and I'm going to be putting that up, I think, around the 14th of December. So look out for that. It's a bit early to be talking about that, isn't it? But those really take a long time because I've got to do all the different animations and things. It does take its time to make those. So that's fun, but there's something different coming. And that something is coming right at the end of November, so just as the giveaway's ending. I'm not going to say any more, I won't spoil it for you, but it's something I've never done before, and it's something that I'm quite pleased with, and the people I've shown it to said they're excited by it as well, so that's all I'm going to say, but hopefully it will be fun. Let's have a quick look then. Let's see what other people have been talking about. President Grant says do a triple header of LNER A4s. That's a bit tricky because some of the A4s I've got, we've got the ones here, look. These are the Wren ones. These don't have any front couplings on them, and I don't know whether the Hornby ones do either. But that makes double heading a little bit difficult to do with them, just because they haven't got front couplings. And yeah, it's quite awkward because of the streamlining, I suppose. I suppose that's the reason. It just sort of gets in the way a bit of where the couplings are. But maybe the Hornby ones have NEM pockets on the front. I can't actually remember. Possibly they do. Torrent7K says hello, so hello. Hades R01 says hi Will. I don't know which Will he's saying hi to, but whoever, hello. Mark Corner says, what was your favourite event you have been to this year? I don't go to that many, to be honest. I went to Rail X with TARDIS Rescue and a few of his friends, and a few of, well, they're my friends as well. That was probably the best. Oh, if you call it an event, my birthday was a bit of an event. For me, it was an event, not for anyone else. And that was when I went, and there's a video of it, you can see it. I went to the Great Central to drive a 9F. That was amazing. Yeah, that was crazy. That was definitely sort of one of those bucket list things. So that was quite an event for me anyway. Mark Corner's been in the chat. I could tell he's waiting for those 20 seconds to be over every time. Can you double head CanPack and 53808? Is that the 7F? In the future live stream? Yes, possibly I can. I will be taking requests on that, like I said, so if you want to get in that super chat, and that would be fantastic. You can see the engines you want to see and also really support me at the same time, so thank you for that. Oh, this is an interesting one. N21744, what's your favourite steam loco livery? What a question that is. Well, I probably a little bit, I don't know if biased is the word, but based on Wednesday's review of the H-Class. Where is that H-Class? Because some of you might not know what I mean, so I'll go and get it. Oh, by the way, there's a bit of an update on the H-Class. A few people were saying that really I should make that modification to the pickups and see if it makes her run better. So I have done. I had the, well, I would say I had the whole thing apart to fix it, but I didn't need to. There's literally, I think, 3 screws here and 2 screws on the back truck, and you just take it all out. I just bent the pickups out, and she actually runs absolutely fantastically, so might get her running at some point again for you so you can see that. But based on Wednesday's video, I think this might be my favourite. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm drinking too much water. This might be my favourite steam loco livery, just because it's something that's new to me. Obviously, it's very, very old-fashioned, but it's new to me. So this is the SECR Green. It's absolutely fantastic, and if you'd like to see more of this up close, not going to do much good to hold it up close to you because it's just going to go out of focus. But if you want to see it properly up close, I did a review of that on Wednesday, and that was done on the new camera, which you're looking at now. A few people noticed that it's a new camera, and you're not going to see a lot more of that new camera until probably December, because I filmed a lot of videos on the old camera already, so I've got to let those go out, but the new camera is very exciting, and you know, as you can see, the quality is quite good. I'm quite happy with that. It's a big and heavy camera though, so it's quite awkward for filming the layout, but I'm getting better at it, so do apologise for any shoddiness. And I think the first review I'm going to do with it was the D49, and there was a little bit of shoddiness in that review, so you'll have to look out for that. Basically, the lens that's on it, the lens you're looking at now, doesn't do very good for close-ups, so following the D49, I've got a different lens for it to do the close-ups, so that they're just the same as they used to be. TrainFan28 on iPhone, how do you super chat? I'm just looking. I don't know. Maybe that's something PC only. If anybody knows, let me know, and if I see it on here, I'll read it out. But I don't know how you do it on the phone. You might have to do it on the computer, but I'm on an iPad and I can't seem to do it either. So that's an interesting question, but I believe you can do it on PC. There should be a little $sign. Lewis Bromell, please run some more modern locos like the Voyager. That would look awesome. Yeah, that would be good. I ought to do the Voyager. Redshirt 214, the new camera is really great. Thank you. It is good. Oh, by the way, there's something in the D49 video I will announce. It's not really an announcement, and most of you won't find it interesting at all, but I'm going to be going up to 60 frames per second. What you're seeing now and what you see in my videos is 25 frames per second. And basically that means you're going to be seeing this room, you're going to be seeing the layout as more like the human eye sees. Better frame rate, it should look smoother, and I'll be filming at higher shutter speeds as well, so that the images are a bit less blurry as they go along. I've been experimenting with that with very high shutter speeds, but you're not really supposed to do that. So probably after Christmas I'm going to be going back to sort of standard shutter speeds, but certainly higher than the old camera could manage. The old camera didn't do very well with low light, and even though there's loads of lights in this room, can you see it? Loads of lights in this room, it still wasn't light enough for that camera, which is why I've had to change it. So a little bit of a nerdy rant there. Include your sister, Harry's Lego. Well, I don't know if she really wants to be included. She's not interested in trains. She likes Minecraft, and we might do some more Minecraft at some point. On the Sam'sTrains games channel, which is something that's a mouthful. A 300 header, said President Grant. A 300 header, that sounds interesting. I don't think my controllers would like that very much. Oliver Terrick, hello. Please run the Flying Scotsman, says Minecraft Smashing Man 45. Okay, we'll do that one day. I mean, that's something I run reasonably often anyway. Let's see. You're going to upload a video to the game channel. Yes, I did one. Was it yesterday or the day before? Quite an interesting video. Well, it was interesting to me. I bet most people will find it very boring, but check that out if you want to. This train terminates here. What are you doing for Remembrance Sunday/day? We normally go out for a meal, something like that. And they have sort of celebrations and that around where we live, so we might see some of that. But you know, that might be something we do. Haven't really thought too much about that. Good news, Sam. I subscribed. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for subscribing. That's very good of you. Favourite Steam Loco, I've sort of said that already. A lot of people have been asking for the 14XX Hades R01, so I will do the 14XX at some point. I think Hornby are bringing it out again as a railroad model, and I have pre-ordered it, so that might be the one I do unbox live. I think that's the plan. I'm going to do a live review of it because I've already sort of reviewed that model not too long ago from a train pack. So if I do a review on this live show, I probably will make it a loco that I've done before, just so that it's not a waste, if you like. So when that comes out, I'll probably try and do that. Chris Linton sending £2, so thank you very much, Chris. You are very kind, and you're really helping me to keep doing this, which is what I love. And if any of you guys love what I do as well, that means the world, first of all. And I think I should just take a second really to say, I'm only here because of you guys in the first place, so I'm in your debt, as it were, from the word go. But those of you who have decided to support me a little bit further, what can I say? Fantastic people. Thank you very, very much. You are kind. Okay, James Pilbeam, do you own Smokey Joe? No, I haven't got a Smokey Joe. I do like those. It's the little black 040 that says Smokey Joe on the side, predictably. And that's really a Hornby classic, but I don't own one. I don't really know why. Don't have that many 040s, got a little collection of them. But I will try and get a Smokey Joe one day, and if you guys want to see me review it. I mean, I think I've reviewed the model, but not in the Smokey Joe livery, so. Have you seen any freight trains? William Frost. I suppose you mean in real life. And yes, you know when you're driving down the motorway and you see and there's a railway on the side? I've seen quite a few there, but I don't generally go train spotting or anything, so it's not something I see too much. Let's see, if Hornby thought about doing a Furness Railway K2 steam engine, can you do a review of it? And the Furness K2 is very it's very popular, isn't it? Because I think Edward from Thomas was based on that. So I think really that's something that Hornby or Bachmann should do, and a lot of them are going to be. Sorry, we've got. Should just give this shout out. Simon Coverdale is being rude, so I'll have to block him after this. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, what was I saying? So yes, I think if Hornby or Bachmann did a K2, that would do very well, I would think. If they did it in a nice livery, I don't really know what liveries they were in real life. Safe to say they probably weren't light blue, but you know, if there was a nice livery, a little bit like the H-Class, not necessarily SECR, because of course it wasn't from the SECR, but if there's nice liveries for it, I would definitely buy one and review it if the price was right, so that should be fun. Liam's layout, what was your first model? Shall I go and get it? I think that would be a nice thing to do. I'll go and get it. It's a little bit difficult to say which was my first model, because it was Christmas. It was, let's see, it was about November of some year, I can't remember which year it was, and I'd asked for a train set for Christmas, and I know that my mum went out and bought this train set quite a way before Christmas, and the train set was the blue Highlander, and I can't find the box of the train set anymore, so by definition I can't unbox it, but it came with this little Caledonian blue loco, and goodness me, this loco did a lot of running that Christmas. I can't believe she still runs now after all that, but she did a lot of running. Most of the days, every day I would say, she did running, but this is it, this is the very one. This is not just it wasn't that long ago, it was only a few years back, perhaps 4 or 5 years ago, I can't really remember. But the thing is, I got that on Christmas Day, right, but I was a bit impatient. I didn't really want to wait till Christmas Day, so I can't remember where I bought it. I was looking at Jadlam Racing Models, which is a shop that sells scale extric and that sort of thing, and they were selling an train pack loco called the Doncaster. I don't have her in working order anymore because she fell apart shortly after. But I saw that in about November time and bought it, and of course because I'd bought it, I didn't have to wait till Christmas. So really that was the first loco I ever had, but the first one that was bought for me was this one, little blue Highlander, Caledonian blue engine. So if you see that running on my channel, that's probably why I've decided to run it, because I love it. It's something special about your first loco, isn't there? Anyway, that's almost it. That's almost the hour. Let's just have a look, see if there's anything. Oh, Liam says that's my first two. So yeah, I think it's quite a popular little thing. This blue Highlander set was all over the shops back in sort of 2012, 2013. So probably that's the reason for it. But yeah, thank you very much everybody for your for your interaction. I don't know how many messages and things have come through here, but it's been pretty solid this whole time, so thank you very much for all of your support with that. If you did like the stream, of course, let me know. You don't have to send a message in the live chat, but I will try and see it if you do. But if you've got any tips, do contact me. If you've got any ideas for future streams, if you've got any ideas for the theme of next week, let me know, and hopefully I'll be doing this again next week if it worked out. I'll probably watch back over this stream, very embarrassed probably over how I've performed, and try and look at the synchronization, see if there's anything that can be done. And yeah, I quite enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. As I said, if you've got any ideas for what I should do in the future, please do let me know, because genuinely I'm looking for ideas. So if you've got some, let me have them. But for now, thank you very, very much for watching, folks. I do hope you enjoyed that, and you know, of course, thank you very much to those people who have donated using the super chat feature. That is very kind, and to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting anyone to do that, so that was very, very kind, and I am truly grateful. And even if you decided not to donate, I'm truly grateful that you were just here to watch, and that is very, very good of you. So thanks again for watching, folks, and I will see you tomorrow with a review. I was going to tell you what the review was going to be, but I won't. I'll let you find out yourself. So that's it. Thanks for watching, folks, and I've got a little post-roll video to run for you, so I'm going to get that started in just a second. No more cheesy music today, you'll be glad to hear, so I will see you live back here next week at 5 o'clock on Friday night. That's UK time, Greenwich Mean Time, and I hope you liked it, and that's it from me. Cheers everybody, thank you very much. Well, that is the end of today's stream, but if you would like to see some more of Sam's Trains live, don't forget to pop back next Friday at the same time, 5 PM UK time. And in the meantime, if you've got anything you'd like me to do during the next stream, or if you've got any topics you'd like me to discuss, please do let me have those before next week. But for now, thank you once again for your company, and I will see you all back here very, very soon.